Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the legendary Viking warriors and their heroic tales? The stories of Viking raids and conquests fill history with epic battles and adventurous journeys across the seas. Yet, behind these celebrated sagas lies a shadowy aspect often overshadowed by these daring exploits: the dark realm of Viking slavery. While the Vikings are often portrayed as fierce fighters and skilled navigators, their society harbored practices less discussed, namely the enslavement and exploitation of people from conquered lands. This video seeks to uncover the lesser-known dimensions of Viking history, revealing how slavery played a critical role in their society. The Norsemen, renowned for their seafaring adventures, were also deeply entrenched in the business of slavery. Raids on settlements across Europe provided them with treasures, but it was the human captives that added a significant value to their conquests. These individuals were brought back to Scandinavia and became a part of the Viking economy, serving roles as domestic servants, laborers, and even trade commodities. The process started with Viking raids, often targeting monasteries, villages, and regions like the British Isles, Ireland, and the coasts of France and Russia. During these raids, Vikings captured men, women, and children, referred to as thralls. Slaves came from various backgrounds, with some being of high social standing before captivity, while others were prisoners of war. Slavery in Viking society was brutal and merciless. Slaves worked endlessly without personal freedom or rights. They had to endure harsh living conditions, which stood in stark contrast to the relative freedom enjoyed by their Norse captors. These enslaved individuals were forced to do menial tasks and labor, sustaining the agricultural needs and domestic duties of their Viking masters. Interestingly, the social fabric of Norse society was built on a hierarchy that included slaves. They resided at the bottom of this pyramid, beneath the farmers, traders, and nobility. Despite their lowly status, slaves were essential to the functioning of Viking life. However, the fate of slaves wasn't always sealed within the confines of slavery. Norse laws allowed for slaves to earn their freedom under certain conditions, offering a glimpse of hope amid despair. Some slaves managed to gain their liberty, ascending to the ranks of freemen. Yet such cases were rare and driven by exceptional circumstances. Furthermore, unsuspectingly, thralls contributed to Norse culture and craftsmanship. As thralls from various regions interacted, they brought with them unique skills, traditions, and knowledge. This convergence of diverse backgrounds undoubtedly enriched Viking households, yet was underlined by the inherent sadness of their servitude. The practice of slavery within Viking society gradually diminished with a movement towards Christian beliefs in Scandinavia around the 12th century. However, its legacy has left a mark on history, influencing Norse mythology and literature, where themes of bondage and freedom often emerge. Understanding Viking slavery unveils the complexity of their society, exposing a dichotomy between the heroic legends and the stark realities of life in Norse realms. While we glorify tales of Viking voyages, it is important to acknowledge the existence of such practices and the impact they made on individuals and cultures dominated by Norse conquest.